Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dibs, Mr. Crockpot on X. Today, we are talking 5 of my favorite Day 2 and Day 3 targets for the Philadelphia Eagles in the 2025 NFL Draft. Guys, if you love the draft and you want more draft content, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Let's go! Alright guys, this is going to be an ongoing series until we get to draft night. Leading off, edge rusher Donovan Ezeiruaku out of Boston College. Donovan Ezeiruaku's exceptional performance during the 2024 season positions him as a major target for the Birds defense. He led the nation last year with 16.5 sacks, averaging 1.38 sacks per game. He also recorded 80 tackles, ranking second on his team, and 20.5 tackles for loss, placing second nationally and first in the ACC. Ezeiruaku recorded 59 pressures and 18 quarterback hits, leading all FBS defenders in sacks and quarterback hits. He achieved a 24% pass rush win rate in 2024, ranking second best among draft-eligible edge defenders. He's an excellent tackler with remarkable consistency, missing only 5 tackles throughout the last season. At 6'2" and 248 pounds, Ezeiruaku possesses a 34-inch arm length and 82-plus inch wingspan. He turned heads at the combine, notching a 4.67 40-yard dash. Integrating Ezeiruaku into the Birds defense would provide a dynamic edge presence. His consistent tackling and physicality also offer valuable contributions to the run defense. He can set an edge against the run, making him versatile in both 3-4 and 4-3 defensive sets. He thrives at shedding blocks and maintaining gap integrity. All of that, plus Ezeiruaku's elite bend and flexibility as a pass rusher, makes him a perfect fit for Vic Fangio's scheme. The Eagles rely on edge rushers who can win with speed and power to generate consistent pressure on QBs. Ezeiruaku's combo of speed, technique, and agility allows him to work through blocks and maintain pressure, making him a natural fit for the Eagles' pass rush. Let's watch some highlights. Next up, let's talk about edge rusher Bradyn Swinson out of LSU. Bradyn Swinson is one of the more underrated prospects in the entire draft and a near perfect fit for the Vic Fangio defense. In 2024, Swinson recorded 58 total tackles over 13 games. He led the team with 13 tackles for loss and 8.5 sacks, generating 12 QB hurries and forced 2 fumbles, demonstrating his disruptive presence in the backfield. His 22% pass rush win rate in 2024 placed him 10th best among FBS edge defenders. His 60 pressures was tied with Donovan Ezeiruaku and Elijah Roberts for 6th in FBS this past season. Swinson's disruptiveness as a pass rusher actually compares quite favorably to other prospects who are getting legit round 1 consideration. Let's talk about playstyle and fit with the Birds. Swinson's explosive first step and refined hand technique make him a formidable pass rushing threat. Against the run, he had 13 tackles for loss and is very solid in this area. Standing 6'4" and weighing 250 pounds, one of Swinson's consistent outstanding traits is his explosiveness and ability to win with speed. When Swinson puts all of his tools together, he looks like some of the NFL's most elite pass rushers. Swinson's length and upper body strength make him effective against the run, but there are some things that can be cleaned up from a technical standpoint. His discipline is solid, but he can show improvement in shedding blocks. Overall, Swinson brings so much versatility in a lengthy, explosive frame that he should start to draw serious interest as a top 50 prospect in the 2025 NFL Draft. Let's watch some highlights. Next up, let's talk about safety Andrew Mukuba out of Texas. Andrew Mukuba's potential was immediately evident during his debut season at Clemson. However, the version of himself that he fielded for the Texas Longhorns in 2024 is the lasting image that we'll be discussing here tonight. Andrew Mukuba made the most of his brief time in Texas, recording 69 total tackles and 5 interceptions to establish himself as a leader of the secondary. After that season, the Longhorns' only regret is that they didn't have him for longer. First and foremost, Andrew Mukuba's natural athleticism oozes off the film, and he is a standout player in space as a back-end defender. He's silky smooth with his transitions with twitch and a natural fit for zone-heavy schemes that look to weaponize their safety and attack passing games by flooding areas of the field. In run defense, Mukuba is quick to trigger and confident in his tackling ability. Mukuba's background in track and soccer is also evident on the field. At the Combine, his athleticism was on full display with a 4.45 40-yard dash. His ability to excel as a deep safety and his knack for creating turnovers makes him a valuable asset in zone-heavy schemes. While his lean frame may limit his effectiveness against larger ball carriers and physical matchups, his range, ball skills, and instincts give him a super high ceiling as a playmaker in the secondary. Let's watch some highlights. Next up, let's talk about offensive tackle Charles Grant out of William & Mary. I know Lane Johnson just signed an extension, but Charles Grant is a player worth betting on. With elite athleticism, a wrestler's background, ample room for technical growth, and a good reason for not having polish at this stage of the game, there's a foundation here that grants him tons of upside to get excited about. First and foremost, Charles Grant is explosive. He carries his weight extremely gracefully and will be afforded more room on his frame down the road. He's capable of exploding out of his stance and climbing to the second level or creating space through his first 3 steps on his tracks. Grant has a strong grip, and as a pass blocker, his elite length and short area agility afford him plenty of room for error in his sets. All in all, Eagles staff should love the potential fit here. Grant is explosive off the football and capable of creating sticky run fits while stringing out the point of attack. In a draft where it seems like arm length is an issue with nearly every other tackle prospect, Charles Grant really stands out as a potential replacement for Lane Johnson down the road. Due to his raw athleticism and ability, Charles Grant screams to be a perfect fit for Jeff Stoutland University to groom and get the most out of his off-the-charts foundation. Let's watch some highlights. Last but not least, let's talk about edge rusher David Walker out of Central Arkansas. David Walker has been a production machine throughout his college career with extended experience working within multiple alignments. His athletic tools flash all over the field with impressive and violent handwork that shines brightest as a speed rusher off the edge. He can win with first step quickness to both the inside and outside, and his closing speed is excellent. He flies around the field against the run, finishing plays at all three levels, but David Walker is definitely a project at the NFL level. He's a natural producer who's shown tons of potential as a pass rusher and run stopper in a plethora of schemes. He's not an elite athlete by any stretch of the imagination, and that's one of the bigger reasons why he's currently pegged as a day 2 guy. Walker finished his on-field testing with an unofficial 8.36 raw athletic score, which ranked number 296 out of over 1,800 plus defensive ends since 1987. But he also earned an estimated athleticism score of 79, ranking 5th best among edge prospects at the NFL Combine. Overall, David Walker projects as a quality NFL rotational prospect, ideally suited for an odd front defensive scheme as an outside linebacker. Let's watch some highlights. All right, guys, those are some names to watch out for on day 2 and day 3 of the 2025 NFL Draft. Who are your sleepers and underrated prospects in the 2025 Draft? Let me know down in that comments section below. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Stay awesome.